One of the nicest new vehicles out there is the Jeep Cherokee, both the extended version and the short version. And so one of the things about those that I wanted to bring up is that recently they had a recall for those cars, those SUVs, that says there is a problem with the suspension on them. And there's a problem with the coil springs coming unseated from their, wherever they're attached. So the problem with that is that you have these car makers, usually an American car maker, who tend to create cars that are very interesting from a design standpoint and from a just interest that they garner from the public. And the problem is that they'll rush them to market with bugs in them that, while maybe aren't that huge in the grand scheme of things, they do put a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth of the consumers and in the taste of the mouth of enthusiasts, like the people that typically will watch this channel. The problem is that once they have a couple years of coming out with these recalls, of getting bad press, of having issues that are somewhat insurmountable from a pleasure standpoint of owning the car, their sales drop. And once their sales drop, then the bean counters up in the C-suite of the car company, corporations, they look at those sales numbers dropping and realize that maybe it's not, maybe they need to just cancel the program. They've done this on a number of occasions that are just too many to actually specify with completeness, but I can just rattle off a few. There was way back when, and you probably have seen the video that we did a few months ago at the Chicago Auto Show about the Chevrolet Corvair. Came out, was an outstanding success, but it did get some bad press and ended up getting canceled instead of perpetuated into the future. Another car similar to that was the Pontiac Fiero. Came out, had several issues with the first few years. They tightened up the design, made it a true sports car, and it was really, really nice by the time it was canceled. But it was canceled because the sales had dropped so much because of the lack of good, PR, shall we say. Plus, as the design goes forward, people lose interest. You have to come up with a fresh design. When it comes to that, say, 4-year cycle to come up with a new generation, the auto company looks at it, takes a deep look into the books, and decides, hey, let's cancel that. There's other things like this. You could probably name a few if you know of one. Put it in the comments below. But there's a sort of a pattern that we see with these. And so if you're like me and you're an automotive enthusiast, you like these really cool designs that come out, you really long to see the car companies put more effort into releasing them to the public initially with a good design that has been well thought out and the problems combed through before they come out with the final design. I know. I'm an engineer, so I do know that that's easier said than done, but there may be something that the engineers, designers at these car companies can do to sort of slow down in order to speed up. In other words, maybe take a little more time in the project to work out the details so that when they do come out with the final car, it's tight and there's not problems that have to be worked through that will cause undue bad press for that vehicle. I know, again, easier said than done, but that would be maybe a challenge that I could put out there if somebody cares to listen, to come out with your awesome designs and maybe take a little bit more time to create the final design so that you can actually have a bulletproof design that everybody likes, that the enthusiasts go for, and that the general public will stomach for a long period of time so that we can all enjoy it for years to come. So that's my sort of halfway rant, halfway challenging admonition to people out there. If you like this content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you care to opine about it, put a comment down below. And also, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be much appreciated, because this is all working on your help to make this a success, like anything in the world. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.